Welcome back to the Velvet Story, where every story feels like velvet on your soul. Today, we dive into chapter 21 of Once Again Pretend, where emotions run deep and unspoken truths begin to whisper louder than ever. Geet is trying to hold herself together between love, duty, and the echoes of a past that refuses to fade. Will her silent strength finally be seen? Will Maan unravel the mystery she's become? Let's find out together. So, grab your tea, settle in, and let the story begin. Good morning, Geet, Meera greeted as she entered the room. Geet had insisted last night that she should go home and rest, as Meera had been staying with her for the past 2 days. Meera had refused, but Geet somehow convinced her. Shush, Geet hushed her gently, placing a finger on her lips and speaking in a soft voice. What happened? Meera asked in a whisper, immediately alert. They're still sleeping, Geet said matter-of-factly, glancing at the bed where Maan and Abhi lay peacefully. Geet, go change your clothes first. Look at yourself. Here, take this dress. Meera handed her a packet with care and concern in her eyes. In the meantime, Meera quietly took Geet's place beside the bed, making sure not to disturb anyone. Geet returned after 15 minutes, now dressed in blue jeans and a white t-shirt, the ones Meera had brought for her. Now you look like my Geet, Meera said with a soft smile. I was always your Geet, Meera, she replied gently. Nope, you were someone who was just living for promises. Or pretending to, Meera replied, her voice tipped with emotion. Meera, Geet murmured, a little hurt. No, Geet, do you know, everyone in the hospital is gossiping about you being married? Don't wear all those things, she scolded, unable to hide the frustration in her voice. Geet smiled at her friend's concern. Meera always looked like a little child when she complained. She hated meat so much and never wanted Geet to pretend for anyone, not even for herself. But I was married, and still am, Geet said quietly. I don't believe in any of your marriages, Meera replied firmly. Meera, whether you believe it or not, I am a married woman. Geet, I know you are trying to annoy me. But I also know, deep down, none of your so-called marriages mean anything to you either. Look, I wear all the symbols of marriage, Meera. It's all just pieces of jewelry, Geet, until your mind or heart accepts it, Meera said, her voice softening. Geet smiled. You love to get irritated by me, don't you? Meera, I'm not trying to annoy you, Geet said sincerely. Then why are you hurting yourself? Who said I'm hurting myself? I'm your friend, Geet. I know, Meera, don't stress, I'm fine, as long as the people I love are fine. Geet's eyes shifted toward her mother-in-law, Abhi, and Meera, silently acknowledging how much they meant to her. Why do you never hate him, Geet? Meera's voice cracked slightly. Geet started to answer but was interrupted by a loud, cheerful voice. Good morning, Dr. Meera. Dev and Annie called out as they entered the room. Shush, both Geet and Meera chorused quickly in low voices. Oops, sorry, Annie and Dev responded, now whispering. Morning, Annie, Dev, Geet greeted them with a smile. Morning, Mr. and Miss Khurana. Dr. Meera replied politely. Bhai is still sleeping? Annie asked, surprise. Yeah, Geet answered calmly. Since when did Bhai become Kumbhkaran? Dev teased, laughing softly. Maybe he's feeling a little weak, Meera clarified gently. Geet, however, looked slightly tense. Did he hear them? She wondered, but then she reassured herself. They had spoken quietly. His eyes were still closed. She turned and glanced at Maan, relieved to see him still apparently asleep. He must not have heard, she thought. Maan's soliloquy. I woke up at my usual time, mind replaying last night. How she blackmailed me, and I smiled. She even covered me with a blanket. I'm enjoying this unusually lazy morning. Until last night, no one had ever scolded me. But this woman, she literally scolded and blackmailed me. Watching her, feeling her care. It's different. If I'm honest, I've seen a different Geet in front of me. She always shows her rude side, but in reality, she's soft like silk, the kind you could cradle in the palm of your hand. I was about to sit up when Meera entered the room. I genuinely loved how Geet hushed her with a shush, saying we were sleeping. So, I thought, why not do what she said and pretend? Meera asked her to change clothes, then took her place beside me. She talked to Abhi in a soft voice, asking him to take care of his mama, and a few other things. Geet returned from her shower dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. Looking beautiful, as usual. Meera and Geet continued speaking softly, but I could hear them clearly. The room was otherwise quiet, making their voices stand out. I know eavesdropping is a bad habit, but somehow, I want to know more about her. This puzzle named Geet, she's become my first priority to solve. Why does Meera hate Meet so much? Where is he? What happened in the past? I don't understand, but I felt a strange restlessness when Meera said this marriage was also fake. A bitter truth, maybe. I want to know what Meet did. Was she faking it before? Is she faking it now with me? I feel bad for her. She was about to say something when Dev and Annie entered, and both girls shushed them adorably. I wanted to laugh out loud, but I held back. Dev called me Kumbhkaran. Mr. Dev Singh Khurana, you will pay for this. Trust me, I'm a good actor. Soliloquy ends. Dev nudged me and murmured in my ear, I know you're already awake, bro. Don't pretend in front of me. I smirked. He narrowed his eyes and whispered again, eavesdropping is a bad habit. I glared at him, but he only smirked in return. Meera, in the meantime, checked Abhi, while Geet sat beside Annie. You look beautiful, Bhabhi, Annie said warmly. Thank you, Geet replied politely. You're beautiful too, Annie. Annie laughed, and just then, Abhi woke up to the sound of her laughter. Mama, he called sweetly. Oops, sorry, Bhabhi, Annie apologized quickly. I'm here, baby, stay like that. Meera is checking you, Geet said softly. Okay, he replied like an obedient little boy. Good morning, Meena auntie, he greeted Meera. Morning, Meera said lovingly, kissing his forehead. One person looked at her continuously, and Maan smirked, though Dev didn't notice. Why are you laughing, Annie? Geet asked curiously. You know, you're the sweetest person I've ever met. Why? Geet asked, puzzled. Because I thought no one pure was left in this world, Annie replied honestly. Geet didn't understand why she said that, but she didn't ask further and instead joined Abhi. Dr. Meera, did you stay here the entire night? Dev asked curiously. Why, Mr. Khurana? Just wondering, Dev said casually. Nope, Mr. Khurana, I think I should take my leave now. Call me Geet, she requested gently. Meera nodded in understanding. What happened, Dev? She didn't give you any importance? Maan teased. Dev glared at him. Stop it. Annie, sitting beside Abhi and across from Geet, raised her eyebrows at Maan, questioning him silently. He pointed to Meera, and she smirked. The two poor souls remained unaware of the teasing exchange. They spent time together, and eventually, Geet convinced Maan to go to the office. After making Abhi sleep, she made some work-related calls to discuss important issues and gave every report to her unconscious mother-in-law. Geet tried her best to maintain balance in everything, giving Abhi the time and attention he truly deserved. 5 days passed like this. The Khuranas had become a great support to her. They visited regularly. Geet adored Dadima, she never interfered and always supported her whenever asked. Prema didn't say anything, though Geet knew she didn't like all this. But she stayed quiet, maybe for everyone's sake. Maan, Dev, and Annie's teasing always reduced her tension and brought a smile to her face. Maan brought coffee and snacks for her, made Abhi eat boring hospital food, and ate with him too. She told him not to do all this, but he always puzzled her and did whatever he wanted anyway. Mom, where are you lost? Maan asked, bringing her a cup of coffee. You don't have to do this, Mr. Khurana. What can I do, Mrs. Khurana? I'm just so happy. We're finally leaving this place. Yippee, Maan exclaimed like a schoolboy escaping a detention room. Yippee, Abhi echoed with the same excitement. Abhi hates staying here, he declared. Dada also hates it, Abhi. Maan agreed dramatically. Mama, do you hate the hospital too? Abhi asked curiously. No, Abhi, your mama loves staying here, because you are here. She smiled. You hate me, Abhi? Meera asked playfully. Abhi loves Meena auntie. Abhi doesn't love Meena auntie's house, he replied in his toddler tone. Oh, Meera smiled at his innocent honesty. How is he, Meera? Is everything fine? Yup, everything is fine, and here are his discharge papers. Meera handed them to Geet. We're here to take you all. Annie announced happily, holding chocolates and a flower bouquet. Annie auntie, Abhi go home. I know, baby, that's why I came, she said, giving him chocolates. Champ is ready to go then? Dave asked. Yes, uncle, Abhi chirped. Look at Abhi, happy to leave his Meena auntie, someone teased. No, Meena auntie, Abhi protested.